International Women's Day 2021. 8th of March. Theme for 2021. A challenged world is an alert world, and from challenge comes change. So let's all choose to challenge. How will you help create a gender-equal world? Celebrate women's achievement. Raise awareness against bias. Take action for equality.
Gender is a pre-written book, and the plot is boring. Daughter, girlfriend, mother, wife, rip out the pages, staple them to your back, and start soaring. Pretty, quiet, weak. They will try to describe you with such things, but you will use their stereotypes and turn them into your wings. When you choose to challenge, gender is a pre-written book, but not all the girls' stories end the same way. 33,000 girls are forced to become child brides every day. 132 million girls are not in school, and their futures are balloons that they watch drift away. But you are the full stop to the story. You are the new sentence that takes it on a different road. When you speak up, you open your palms and you share the load. When you choose to challenge, gender is a pre-written book, but not all of the characters are included, like the First Nations women who stand as still as statues, always walked past but never acknowledged or seen, or migrant women whose culture stands like a skyscraper, and they're forced to burn down the parts of themselves society doesn't deem convenient, or refugee women who are treated with brutality when we should have been lenient. And you are there as this story unfolds, and you are faced with a choice. So choose to challenge. Gender is a pre-written book, and this is your chance to add your own chapter, to call out racism and sexism, and use courage to rub it out, to stand where the rest of the world has chosen to sit, to call it out at home, at work, at school, bit by bit, to scream where the world has chosen to whisper, not just for your daughter, your mother, or your sister. Let us choose to challenge. Gender is a pre-written book, and if you're listening to this, then your actions are the pen, your life is the paper. You are not the oppression of the past. I believe that you are so much greater, stronger, kinder. Choose to create history, not to be created by it. Choose to challenge.
All women are similar, no matter how diverse the background. And yet each woman is unique. Women play so many different roles, such as mothers, daughters, sisters, wives, carers, CEOs, managers, friends. But in the end, they are all human beings. A long journey indeed. The Women's Suffrage Petition 1891 reflects the dedicated work of those women who went from door to door across Victoria to collect the signatures to gain the right to vote for all Victorian women. Its tremendous length earned it the name of the Monster Petition. The original petition is approximately 260 meters long, and it takes 3 people 3 hours to unroll the petition from one spool to another. It contains approximately 30,000 signatures. There has been much progress for women's rights and representation over the years. Across state and territory parliaments in Australia, 36.9% of parliamentarians are women, 2020. Some women in Victorian Parliament. Some women in Federal Parliament. Yekaterina Katia Danova. Yekaterina Danova is well known in the Australian-Russian community, having published 12 books about the history of Australia, a country that became her home in 1996. Every Thursday she tells a story about Melbourne to SBS Russian, where she has been working for over 20 years. In recognition of her service to the broadcast and print media, she has been honoured with the Medal of the Order of Australia in the Queen's Birthday List of 2020. She is also a Holocaust survivor. On the 10th of March 2021, Yekaterina finally received her Medal of the Order of Australia, as festivities in 2020 had been cancelled. Australian of the Year 2021. Grace Tame. A sexual assault survivor who advocated for the right to speak about her traumatic experiences. She applied to the Supreme Court for the right to publicly self-identify as a rape survivor and won. Her case is one of those that has pushed the Tasmanian government to rethink the gag law. In her acceptance speech she focused on the importance of empowering survivors and using education to prevent child sexual abuse. Senior Australian of the Year 2021. Dr. Miriam Rose Ngunnmare-Baumann, an Aboriginal activist, educator and artist who in 1975 became the Northern Territory's first fully qualified Aboriginal teacher. She has served on the National Indigenous Council, and in 2013, she established the Miriam Rose Foundation, which uses grassroots reconciliation to unite the gap between Aboriginal culture and the rest of Australia. Young Australian of the Year 2021. Isabel Marshall. When she was 18 she co-founded a women's organization called Taboo. The organization sells organic menstrual products in Australia, with all profits going to One Girls, a charity that provides education programs for girls and women in Sierra Leone and Uganda. Taboo also contributes free hygiene products to Vinnie's Women's Crisis Centre in Australia. Australia's Local Hero 2021. Rosemary Kariuki. Created the African Women's Group, and the annual African Women's Dinner Dance, also has ran the African Village Market, which helped migrants and refugees start their own businesses. Presently she works as the Multicultural Community Liaison Officer for the Parramatta area, in helping migrants who are facing domestic violence, language barriers, and financial distress. But there is still a long way to go. Women's March for Justice. Thousands march at rallies around Australia to protest against gendered violence in 2021. A poem by a Mewo member. Love your women. Happy International Women's Day. Each and every one of you makes this world a better place. Thank you for that. We are fully run by volunteers from around Australia. We are looking for volunteers who can help us with a variety of tasks. We love to hear from you. Contact us on ogonyak2002@hotmail.com.